I'm Lights Camera Jackson. It's Sunday, September 25th, 2022, and welcome to LCJ Live. Thanks for being here on YouTube Live. Third episode here on YouTube Live. Yeah. And we're here. It's Sunday. It's another football Sunday. It's another entertainment Sunday. It's another box office Sunday. Your winner is Don't Worry Darling with 19.2 million. That's about what The Woman King made last weekend. So Don't Worry Darling is number one. I did not love Don't Worry Darling by any means. I think it's a terrible film. I think it's so generic, so basic, all style, no substance. Yeesh. Performances, everybody talking about, oh, Florence Pugh's great in it. She's okay. She has to go through a lot, but yeah, I don't think it's amazing. Amazing performance. Robert Shasher here on YouTube Live. Love the hat. Thank you, Robert. You know why I'm wearing this Netflix hat? Because I was sent it Friday night by Netflix for ta-dum, which was yesterday. Netflix unveiled announcements and release dates and what they have in the works. And ta-dum was supposedly a big social media success. I was at a wedding all day. I was getting some emails about what was going on. But I guess people enjoyed ta-dum. And I thank Netflix for the hat. It's fun. It's cool. I'm going to keep it on a little longer. It's great. I got this football here with me too. Fly, Eagles, fly. 1 o'clock today, and guess what? I'm going to the Eagles game next Sunday against the Jags. Jaguars. Doug Peterson. The reunion. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. So Don't Worry Darling is not a very good film. It's not. Now, I had colleagues of mine who went to some screenings of this, and all they said was, every time Harry Styles was on the screen, all the girls that were in the theater were screaming like crazy. When I went to see Don't Worry Darling, I was one of only 6 people in the theater, so it did not have the screaming Harry Styles fandom. But I remember sitting through the Justin Bieber concert documentary, Never Say Never, back in 2011, and I was right in between teenage girls, tween girls, who were screaming every time he was on screen. Every time Justin Bieber swooshed his hair, they just went nuts. They knew the words to every single song. Every song at that Justin Bieber show. It was unbelievable. So Don't Worry Darling brought in some of the Harry Styles fans, but you have to take a look at this. The Monday and Thursday combined total, 3.1 million, made another 6 million on Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, just about 10 million combined. So really drop-offs over these 2 days for Don't Worry Darling. So will it end up getting to, I don't know, 60 million, 70 million? I don't know. Just depends on how many people want to go see it. If they heard the buzz on it and they hear that the movie's not very good, which it's not, then it may not have strong legs over the next several weeks. Woman King number 2, 11.2 million. It's at 36.3, dropped about half of what it made last weekend. The re-release of Avatar, one of the biggest movies of all time, back in theaters, just to make more money. $10 million for James Cameron's new 4K. Oh, we added all this more to it. Jeez. One of the most overrated movies of all time, Avatar. Back in theaters because in less than 3 months, The Way of Water, the sequel, comes out in theaters. December 16. Is it going to be one of the biggest movies of all time, this sequel? I don't know. Do people care? It's been 13 years since Avatar. Are people ready for the sequel? For a while, before like 2 months ago, we weren't even sure it was going to happen. It wasn't a locked-in, done deal before that first teaser trailer came out, or Doctor Strange 4 months ago. Before that first teaser trailer came out, we weren't sure it was actually going to happen. But I guess it's going to happen. So Avatar made 10 million. Great. Good for you. More money. More money, James Cameron and Disney. More money. Barbarian, speaking of money for Disney in 20th century, 4.8 million. A small drop. You know why? Because it expanded to more theaters. Barbarian added 4.8 million. It's at 28.4. The buzz on this has been good. The word of mouth. So they put it in more theaters for the third weekend. Barbarian did all right. 4.8. Another virtual tie this weekend for 2 movies that opened last weekend. Pearl and See How They Run, both with $1.9 million. Pearl, 6.7 million total. See How They Run, 6.1 million total. Neck and neck once again, just like they were last weekend. So A24 and Disney fighting that battle. You've also got a battle going between Warner Brothers and Sony for $1.8 million for Bullet Train and DC League of Super Pets. Bullet Train's 1.8, it's at 99.3. It will get to 100 million after opening it with just 30. That's a strong showing for Bullet Train to get to 100 after opening with 30. That's going to happen for Sony. And DC League of Super Pets hits $90 million this weekend for Warner Brothers for that $1.8 million total. So if DC League of Super Pets is making 90, it's not going to get to the 95.9 that Fantastic Beasts made, but I think Super Pets is going to survive in Warner Brothers' top 5 for the year. They've got Black Adam in a few weeks, and then they've got a movie coming out in December. I don't think it's going to do spectacularly at the box office. So if Don't Worry Darling makes more than 90 total, it'll get in the top 5. I don't think that's going to happen at this point, so I think Super Pets survives and stays in the Warner Brothers top 5 for the year. $90 million. Top Gun Maverick down to 9th place this weekend. Ooh, you just get weird chills when you say Top Gun Maverick in 9th place this weekend because it's done so exceptionally well and made another $1.6 million, and it's at 711.6, which is incredible for Paramount, but down to 9th? Ooh, it may finally exit the top 10 after 18 weeks. Oh my gosh. Whoa. So that's happening with Top Gun Maverick. And rounding out your top 10 this weekend is a battle for 10th between Minions: The Rise of Gru, which is currently number 10, Universal, it's up to 365.6, and The Invitation, the Sony horror movie, which added $1 million, it's at 23.1. Minions will probably end up being 10th still. Families looking for something to see. Look, Minions made $210,000 Friday, and then $1 million total for the weekend. It's families looking for something to see. Super Pets, $370 Friday, $1.8 million total for the weekend. Again, it's families looking for something still, because Lyle Crocodile is still 11 days away. So they're going to have one more weekend, Super Pets and Minions, to get some family audiences before Lyle Crocodile opens. On October the 6th, Moon Age Daydream, which was in the top 10 last weekend in just 170 IMAX theaters, expanded to more locations this weekend with a regular 2D release. Out of the top 10, but a small drop and not bad, all things considered. 922,000, it's up to $2.6 million. People still wanted to go, but like I said last week, if you really wanted to see this, you're a diehard David Bowie fan, you had to go and find your IMAX nearest you and go weekend number 1. So there we are for Neon for Moon Age Daydream. This week, there are a bunch of new movies coming out. I have seen a couple of them. I have seen Bros, the new Universal rom-com starring Billy Eichner. Here's what I want to say about Bros. I think it's going to do well because I think people are in the mood for a rom-com. It is also the first openly gay lead characters rom-com from a major studio. That is what Universal is putting out there. And I think it's going to do well. I really do. I think that and Ticket to Paradise, you have these two rom-coms from Universal for the fall, and I think they're both going to find audiences. I have seen the movie. I think it is a very well-intentioned film. I think it's a good film in spots. I think it's funny in spots. It's surprisingly basic. And I was disappointed that the arc and the structure of this rom-com doesn't really change much of the rom-com traditional formula, even though it's also making fun of rom-coms during the movie. So that, to me, is the element that disappoints me about Bros. But I do think that Billy Eichner put a lot into this script, and Nicholas Stoller as well, who directed it. There is a lot of commentary in there. There's some smart commentary. There's some sharp commentary. There's a lot that I think will surprise people when it comes to the commentary that is in Bros. So that's impressive. I wish the structure of the movie and the arc we go on was more out of the ordinary, but there are some strong moments. There's a strong final 10 minutes or so. So that is Bros. That is in theaters starting Thursday. Also in theaters is a horror movie called Smile. Paramount's actually doing Tuesday night early paid preview screenings for Smile. The Good House, which I'm looking forward to watching, is Sigourney Weaver and Kevin Kline. That's in theaters this weekend. And then on streaming services, Hocus Pocus 2, and ABC is airing the first Hocus Pocus Thursday night before Hocus Pocus 2 debuts on Disney Plus on Friday. The Greatest Beer Run Ever, which I'm looking forward to checking out on Apple TV Plus. That stars Zac Efron. It's from Peter Farrelly. It's his follow-up to Green Book. It's supposed to be pretty good. And Entergalactic. Now, Entergalactic is from Kid Cudi, Kenya Barris, who did Blackish, and director Fletcher Moule. And I spoke with Fletcher Moule. New Animation Scoop Q&A tomorrow. LCJ Q&A podcast episode coming very soon. And Entergalactic is this really cool experience. It's 90 minutes long. It's basically a movie, though they're calling it a special. It's a 90-minute movie. And it is a new spin on a classic romance with a fresh perspective of New York City, and the animation spectacular. Where we go is really interesting and cool, and the music from Kid Cudi involved in it is really good. Hunter Arthur Shea Wiggles says hello there, and love your streams. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Robert Chichera, by the way, what do you think of Olivia Wilde as a director? That was an earlier question here on LCJ Live. You know, I wasn't a fan of Booksmart, not a fan of Don't Worry Darling. If I had to pick which one is better, Don't Worry Darling is slightly better. Maybe because of the set design, some costumes, some of the technical elements, even though I didn't love all the technical elements. So Don't Worry Darling is a little bit better than Booksmart, but I really don't like either film. Maybe if she makes another one, it'll be better. We'll see. But Entergalactic is quite cool. It really is. The music, the animation, the storytelling, the characters, the conversations feel so natural. And I can't wait to share with you my interview with Fletcher Moule, the director. Really interesting. I hope you check this out. Entergalactic, Friday on Netflix. Worth your time. Adult animated film is for adults, but it's really good. Entergalactic. So that is my recommendation. Bros will be in theaters along with The Good House and Smile. So when you look at the box office for next weekend, with Don't Worry Darling making 19.2, it could fall to 10. It could go less than 10. So which of these movies, Good House is not going to make more than 10. It's not. It's probably going to make a couple $1 million. I hope it's a good film, but I just don't think it's going to make more than a few $1 million. Smile could do well. It's a horror movie. It's a new horror movie. The promotion's been pretty good on it. Yeah, I could see Smile doing more than $10 million. And Bros, I think, can also do more than $10 million. So it could be a good battle between Bros and Smile and the second weekend of Don't Worry Darling for next weekend. What's the clear number one? I give the edge to Smile as of now, but we will see what happens next weekend. Thank you to everybody who saw my photos yesterday from the wedding that I went to. My cousin got married. It was great. And it was fun to wear that stylish outfit on a gorgeous Saturday. It was wonderful. And this coming week, man, film festivals are underway. Woodstock Film Festival is on the way. Film Columbia is on the way. I'm also going to be going to New York Comic Con. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going to the Eagles game next Sunday. It is a busy fall. There's more events in upstate New York as well happening that I'm going to be involved in. So it is a really cool time for what's going on in entertainment and in sports and in the media. And tonight we've got the season premieres of The Simpsons and Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, and Celebrity Jeopardy is new as well. So a lot going on, and I look forward to continue to bringing that all to you. If you haven't yet listened to the brand new episode of the Back to You podcast, please do that. It's a great conversation I have with James Burrows, the television legend who directed all 17 episodes of Back to You. So if you want to check that out, go to lcj.podbean.com. That's where you'll also get the conversation I have with the creators of The Great North, which returns for season 3 tonight at 8:30 on Fox, right after The Simpsons. Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux-Loughlin are fantastic. They were great to talk with. We previewed tonight's season premiere of The Great North, plus find out whether they want a Great North movie, just like the Bob's Burgers movie. Interesting answer to that question. So check those interviews out at lcj.podbean.com. New Too Fast, Two Films podcast episode coming soon to toofast2films.com. Mike Sargent and I, we review the new Sidney Poitier documentary, Sydney, that's on Apple TV+, and the Ana de Armas Marilyn Monroe movie, Blonde, which is on Netflix this Wednesday, September 28th. Our reviews of both of those movies will be on the new episode of Too Fast, Two Films coming at you very soon. Follow me on Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson. That website is lights-camera-jackson.com. Thank you to everyone who's watching this live on YouTube Live. Thank you to everyone watching on YouTube after the fact. And I am Lights Camera Jackson. I'll have more reviews and interviews and news and analysis coming at you later this week, and some more surprises on the way. And if you want to pre-order to get a signed copy of my book, My Very Rocky Christmas, go to shoptbmbooks.com. Shoptbmbooks.com to pre-order My Very Rocky Christmas. Go Eagles, fly Eagles, fly. Yeah, next Sunday I'm just realizing I will be in Philadelphia for the Eagles game. So we will have to see when I do the next episode of LCJ Live, but keep it to my social media for all of those updates and more. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching LCJ Live. Bye-bye, everybody.